Hey there, YouTube. Just a little video. I'm doing a very short walk. Thought I'd take you along with me. Just a walk down to the pond. I think you guys have walked down there before with me. If I can juggle a little bucket of fish food I have with me and my walking stick, because uneven ground, this old knees don't do that well. But I keep moving, keep going, and do something every day, right? A little something every day, no matter what. I actually went to Lebanon, Missouri, to a little craft show. Our son-in-law and daughter do a little craft business, and went down there to support them and hang out and talk, and they were closing up early, and so we came back home. I'm getting the grill ready to try my vortex with some ribs, the pork ribs. I cut the ribs into individual ribs, I guess you'd say. I cut them, separate them already, and I'm going to try them like I did my chicken wings. See how it turns out. Anyway, little experiment. I was planning on having pork ribs for dinner tonight anyway, so why not fire up the vortex on the Weber grill. Kind of looks like some of the fish might be hearing my voice and coming across the water. We'll see what they do. Yeah, I'm told the kind of rule of thumb is that fish don't eat a lot during the winter. They kind of hibernate. We've had some really frozen cold days this year here in southern Missouri, and I'm just gonna see if there's some fish out there that's maybe hungry. Yeah, I thought you might want to watch. Let me get me a, sorry for the, get me the little handful of floating catfish food. Throw it out there and see what they do. Hadn't been eating much during the winter, so, oh man, yeah. There was one that was hungry. Oh yeah. They say if you overfeed fish during the winter, the food will just settle on the bottom of your pond and create a algae hazard that can actually kill off your fish. So we haven't been feeding them, but boy, they seem to be hungry today. So I'll get the rest of this food out there to them. Yeah, kitty. Yeah, kitty. That's what my daddy used to say. He had catfish, and he loved feeding them and watching them eat as much as I do, and maybe as much as eating them. We're going to eat some of these this year, though. Last year we put them in, and they were getting just about big enough maybe to eat, but I think they're definitely getting big enough to eat now. I've seen a couple of them come up. Pretty nice looking catfish. Let's see if I can zoom in. When I go back to edit this video, maybe I can see if we can see some actual fish. They are definitely hungry today. All right, YouTube friends, I threw out the rest of what I had. Kind of almost wish now I'd filled the little bucket up, because they're definitely hungry. But that's all right, I don't want to overfeed them. We're getting close to springtime here in southern Missouri. Time changes tomorrow. we spring, what is it, spring forward? Yeah, spring forward. Or as some people say, we go back to happy daylight hours where you got more daylight. I never understood the changing back and forth. But I guess that's why I'm not making the decisions. Somebody that knows more than I must have came up with that idea. But yeah, they are eating good today. So that's good to see. Good to know that the frozen pond didn't kill off any fish. Fish are cold-blooded, so they normally don't succumb to the cold. See if you can see these little tiny ones here at the edge. Some little brim in there, I think. Or else I like to see it. Catfish food. These little tiny brim. They get hungry, they can eat each other. A couple of big bass in there that we put in. We caught from a friend's pond and brought them over and kept them alive and brought them over and put them in here. But it's just a little runoff rain pond, so if we don't get rain, it dries up. But so far it hasn't dried up completely, and there's been plenty of water for the fish to survive, obviously. And it's getting close to the springtime, which you see our dock, it was floating when we put it in. So it's down quite a bit. But yeah, it'll come back up, and then go back down, then come back up. Anyway, that's going to about do it for this little video. I'm going to watch the fish for a little while and head back up to finish getting my grill ready for my pork ribs. And I might just take you along for that. Why not? I'm Carnivore Frank, but I like to do a variety of issues on my YouTube channel, and it's gaining a little bit of popularity. I think most people like to playing with the great grandbaby more than they like listening to me, which I can relate to that and understand that. I love that little boy, and every minute I get with him, I'm just thankful to God that I'm alive and able to know him. And thank God for every day. A lot of people aren't as fortunate. So anyway, God bless you. We'll see you back in a little bit. Hey YouTube, I'm back. Carnivore Frank here. Got the charcoal started in the vortex. If it looks a little funny, it's because it's matchlight charcoal that I wanted to try to get rid of. And yeah, about 10 or 15 minutes we should have coals good enough to throw some ribs on there and cover up and cook those things. I'll bring you back. Alrighty YouTube, we got the ribs on the smoker and the grill. Put a little wood chips in there, get me a little smoke on them. We're hanging right around 500 degrees with the vortex. And I'm going to do what you're not supposed to do, according to the expert. I'm going to show you what we got. Oh, that's hot. That lid is hot. Carnivore Kip says, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So that's the only looking we're going to do until it's time to pull those babies off. And then we'll look again. Come on back with me. It won't be too long for you. should be about an hour for me. Well, there, YouTube. It's Carnivore Frank back at you. Checking these ribs, and they're well into the, well beyond 200 degrees. Some of them look pretty doggone, oh man. I think it's time to pull them up. What about you? Oh yeah, they've been cooking for close to an hour, around 500 degrees. Yeah, I think it's time to pull them up. You know, one of my dad's favorite things was he would take vinegar of any kind, usually he used white vinegar, and he put equal amounts of water and vinegar and a whole lot of black pepper. And he would baste his chicken leg quarters on his grill, and he would keep them soaked good and good and wet with that vinegar solution. Boy, I tell you what, that vinegar is soak into that chicken and it'd be so good. I'm gonna try that one day, but for now, I basically just tried wrapping them in aluminum foil. The ribs are already done, and man, oh man, I hope they'll be tender when I take them out, and that butter, it should help rehydrate them a little bit, I hope. So anyway, we'll find out, hopefully. So see you later.